I do have that it is 10 o'clock. This meeting is being recorded. I wanted to welcome everyone to our May 5th PRLU provider call. Happy Cinco de Mayo for those who celebrated. I hope you're going to have a safe and wonderful day today. It's pretty bad in my area as far as the rain, but just please be safe in your travels. So I do want to go ahead and get started. So with Cinco de Mayo, I did want to ask you all, is anybody celebrating at your agency or staff, either with your staff or with any of your clients? Do you guys have anything planned, or what is that situation like? Nothing planned?
Well, we at Southern Christian Home, we're having our homecoming this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and we've been open since around 1927, so we have a long history, and so we're trying to spruce things up a little bit around the place. We've got construction going on in our building, updating our offices and things, so it's a fun time around here right now.
Okay, so now when you say homecoming, are you including former youth or just staff, or?
No, it's anybody that's lived here. We have an alumni association
Mhm.
that comes in, and we give a tour. We open up the buildings, our school, our administration building. Now that COVID is mostly over, I don't know if that's 100% politically correct to say, but we're going to go with that. We're having a little open house thing. We'll have a program uh, at 11 o'clock on Saturday. We'll all eat on the grounds. We got tents coming and bouncy houses for the kids and the small animals, the bunnies, the ducks, the chickens, and just a time for former people that lived here to come together and get reacquainted and see where they are now.
Great. Well, I think the weather is supposed to be great this weekend, maybe a little bit hot. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself, and thank you for sharing that information. Is anybody else having any activities this week, or in celebration of Cinco de Mayo, or anything?
Hi, this is Renessa from Piney. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we didn't do it related to Cinco de Mayo, but last week we had an educational outing, and we took about 50 of our residents to a Naturals baseball game on Education Day. And we're also looking for the end of the year related to education. We're having a knowledge bowl, and then they're looking at possibly doing a picnic at one of our local picnic areas here in the Fayetteville area for hopefully even more residents, depending on their safety.
Very good. So that sounds really great, Renessa. So can you just kind of talk a little bit about like the experience with staff and the youth? Like, did the youth pretty much comply with you guys, or were you kind of like chasing them all over the place? How did that work?
Actually, there was multiple schools there, and when we were at the Naturals game, I did not go, but everybody else, we received multiple comments from people who were working there that said our residents were well behaved, probably the best in all the different groups that was there. We also had multiple staff that went and volunteered to go, and my understanding is the staff really loved it. The kids really loved it. Again, Justin and Cole, they're spearheading having a lot of normalized situations out in the community whenever possible. but I do think it's a morale booster for not only the residents, but for the staff.
Great, great. And everyone loves a field trip. I know I do. I do. So, so way to go. Kudos, Piney and Soaring Wing. So I appreciate you guys for sharing those experiences with us. So if there's no one else that has anything to share, I wanted to go ahead and introduce our new supervisor. Her name is Jasmine Hicks, and so she'll be focusing on the residential agencies and placement agencies. She's currently going through training right now, but I did just want to acknowledge her. And Jasmine, if you wanted to say something or just wave your hand, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay. um, and so we'll go ahead and get into our meeting. I promise I'll be really brief with you today. I won't hold you long. But I did want to invite for discussion anyone from the regulatory check unit or background check unit. If there's any information that we need to share with the providers, please let us know. If not, I appreciate you guys for being here. I need to change my view. I can't see everybody. Okay, is Kayla, Bodi available, or I see Cynthia?
Hey, Ebony. So we are on the call. If there's any questions about background checks, feel free to ask. I will put my contact information in the chat, and my team will also put their information in the chat. So we are here to help if you need any assistance or you have any questions.
All righty, thank you so much, Kayla. I did want to just start asking or giving the opportunity. I'm not sure if anyone is here from DCFS. If there is, please feel free to say hello or just hop in. And I don't think I see anyone. But of course, if you have any questions that need to move up to DCFS, I will be happy to share that information with them. So next, I did want to just kind of go over some in the know updates for you all. So when the licensing units, when we're reaching out to you all with information about an applicant or a staff that is not cleared to work, licensing is going to need a status back from you all within 24 hours. So there have been a few times when we have been waiting maybe 2 or 3 days to get a response back. And sometimes we do get a little bit busy and off track, but we want to make sure that we get that information back to the regulatory check unit as soon as we can. So we really would appreciate that if you do not mind. There we go. Okay.
Can you, Ebony, this is June. Can you elaborate on that? Sometimes we do not get responses back. I just learned last week that one of our parents said that she had been cleared, but we didn't have any knowledge of that. So I asked her if she would send the clearance notice over to us. So we can't notify licensing until we know. And often, a lot of times we don't know.
Kayla, can you or Brinda, can you guys elaborate on that? Would they not receive the same notice that the applicant receives, or how does that work?
Is this in reference to the child maltreatment or for the federal and state?
Child maltreatment, when an allegation was made, and then after the investigation, the parent may or may not get notice of that. And I know that I guess about a month ago, I called because it had been long past the 45 days. And I wanted to know, hey, is the investigation still going on? Is it closed? And the investigator said, oh yeah, it was closed, but we never did get notice, and nor did the parent get notice.
So Unfortunately, I can't really answer that question. So our unit, we process the criminal portion of those background checks. So your state and your federal, we don't process those central registry request or the investigation. I can put the contact in the chat though for a supervisor in central registry. And then Ebony, do you have any contact that you could give her with DCFS that does the investigation portion? Because that is who would be giving you that notification. It wouldn't actually come from our unit.
Okay, I believe it's Avery Carter has been my contact. And I don't know if Shay is on the line, if you can put his email address in there for me, Avery Carter. But it's okay, thank you so much. But he works in the central registry unit and he should be able to answer that question for you. So good question, June. I appreciate it.
Hi, this is Renessa from Piney. I will say that I've emailed Avery a couple of times and he's been super responsive. And, you know, because I think a couple months ago we had him on this meeting. And so I have used the email that was provided and we were able to get information actually the same day. So I was impressed with him.
Okay, thank you. I'll make sure he knows that. Thank you so much. Okay, are there any other questions?
I have a question on whenever we do send the state and the FBI, what notification are we supposed to be getting from the background check unit?
So the only notification that you'll get will be by email. It'll come from that INA help. I think it's no reply at INA support. It will be just an electronic notification letting you know that there's been an update in the status. And so when you go onto your account, you'll see an overall status update at the bottom near the applicant's name. Now, if there is something missing from the applicant's submission, we will send an email notifying you of what is requested and what is needed. Just, you know, if you have a change in HR or administration, make sure to notify. You can either send myself, you can notify Brinda Burr. There is also Cynthia Smith is on the call and Alicia Christopher. You can notify any of us that there's been a change in staff and update the email that we have on file. That way you'll get those emails from us if there's something else that we're needing from you.
Yeah, I'll need to do that because I'm not receiving any emails saying that there's been an update. So I'll contact y'all. Thanks.
Yes, and I will put the contact information for INA support in as well. And that is where you can update your subscription information. So your email on your subscription account, if you need to add any users, remove users, you can do all of that through the INA support line, as well as you can log in and do that. So I'll put that in the chat box for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie.
I would like to give kudos to Kayla, Cynthia, and Brenda. They have been great. I've reached out to them a number of times and the responses have been fast and very well. So I wanted to let you ladies know that I appreciate you because I've had to contact you quite a bit.
I appreciate them as well because they answer all the questions. So if I'm not sure, I go to them. So thank you so much for that, June. And thank you, background check unit, including Miss Christopher.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
For Kayla. This is Candy with ABBA Adoption. Kayla, so when the checks are done, we got the email that the status update was there. When we logged in, when we go to print, it tells us that there's no letter available. And this is on 2 of them that we have. And when we go to like view attached documents, it's just the documents that we scanned in.
So there is a link the link that you're seeing for view the attached letter. That is actually a future function. It is just not functionable right now. So you will not get a copy of a letter or anything that says that the background checks have been cleared. What we recommend is when you are on the submission where it says their overall status, they're approved, you're ready to print, just right click anywhere on that page and print that whole page for your records. That will be great for your licensing specialist when they come in. We're constantly working on updating our system. There's going to be a large system update soon. And part of that will be that letter button will be functional. You'll be able to print that for your record. So it's just a little more clean. And it's an actual letter like what you receive from your central registry maltreatment request. So that's kind of the way to do that now. Just print that screen. And in the future, that button will be operational, and we'll make sure to kind of update you all along the way when those changes are made to the NICAR system.
Okay, thank you. Usually we get the clearance letter. In this case, the FBI was done. And so we've been waiting, and it all says complete, but no letter. So thank you for clarifying that for me. That's what I did. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ebony, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Candy, for that question. I do see Eleanor White here. She is also a new specialist that we have, and she's helping out with our residential agencies on the northern half of the state. So a few of you may have already seen her as she's in training and we're taking her out. But I did just want to acknowledge her again as well. So Eleanor, if you can wave or just say hello, there she is. And she's been really great. And so we appreciate her as well. So we are just like you all, we go through staff changes quite a bit. And so I totally understand your situations. And I do ask that you just please be patient with us as we kind of maneuver through getting everyone trained. Okay. So moving forward, I did want to talk about license and monitor visits. So we are in what we call our new trimester. So for residential agencies, PRTFs, they are required to be seen at least by licensing standards once every trimester. So once every 4 months. So May is the beginning of the next trimester. So, you should be seeing the licensing specialist come out or someone from the licensing unit come out to your agency and check on some things. I will let you know that for the most part, those license and monitor visits are unannounced. If there is a need for us to review any records or if there's any follow-up of that type that we need to do, then someone will be calling you at that point. But just a regular monitor visit, it's just pop in. It's like, hello, hi, surprise, we're here. Different for transitional living because we know those young adults are working. So we will most likely be calling to kind of set up a visit at that point as well. But I just wanted you to keep that in mind about those monitor visits. So when our licensing specialists, if there's a time when they do cite your agency for whatever reason, they are tracking those, and we do ask that you just remember to follow up and ensure that you clear out that citation, meaning that you take care of whatever the situation was. So if there were some broken windows that needed to be addressed, please have those completed by that time frame. And if there's an issue with like something is on back order, then please let the licensing or myself or any other supervisor know about those things. Okay, if any of you all have any alternative compliance requests or special consideration requests, the deadline to get those in will always be the third day in the month that we have a board meeting. So we have deadlines that we have to kind of stand by and be firm, because we have to create an agenda. And there's a lot of behind the scenes work that comes along with getting that agenda prepared. So please keep that in mind, that if you submit any special consideration requests or any alternative compliance requests, those are always due by the third month of the board meeting. I'm sorry, the third day in the month of the board meeting. If for some reason that the licensing specialist, myself, or any other supervisor hasn't gotten back to you concerning your request before that board meeting, please just follow up with us. We may get sidetracked with something, so please be patient and just follow up with us on that. Really would appreciate it. So I did want to talk to Shay and see if she had anything she wanted to discuss with you all. I don't see Shay. Maybe she's on here. Oh, we also have another new supervisor. I'm sorry, Chelsea. So Chelsea Vardell has been promoted up to our program coordinator supervisor. And she began on May the 2nd. So for some of you, she may have been your assigned licensing specialist in the northern half of the state, but we have snatched her away from that position, and she is currently our new program coordinator. So Chelsea, give us a good wave or say hello or something. There she is. And so she's been great, really helpful, really intelligent. So we do appreciate her. I did want to talk about the enterprise licensing system. So this is the new system that is being developed through our agency. It's 3 parts to it. There's a citizen part, a provider part, and a licensing worker part. So with the citizens, they'll be able to search and find licensed providers throughout our agencies that can apply, submit applications to become a provider. And a few other things that they'll be able to do. But the providers, you'll be able to look up any 521s. You have access to that. You'll have access to the minimum licensing standards. Those are currently being promulgated. We're hoping that those new booklets or those new standards will be complete sometimes this summer. I haven't received a completion date on that, but they're upcoming, hopefully before the end of the summer. You'll receive new booklets, and they should also be available online. So those will have the new regulations that were approved a few years ago. They're just not getting to it. Also, let me see, what else would you be able to do? So providers, you can have access to the standards. You can retrieve your 521s. You can submit board action requests. There's a wide variety of things that you'll be able to do once this new enterprise licensing system is being developed, and hopefully that completion date will be by the end of the summer as well. So just be on the lookout for that. Let me see. I think that is all that I had.
What did you say the third part was, Ebony?
Say that again.
The third part, you said citizen, provider, and what was the other one?
A worker portal for our licensing specialists. Yes, ma'am. Is anyone in need of any books for your agency that would be age appropriate? You just need to let us know. The licensing unit will be able to donate some books to you all. Maybe that'll be helpful for this summer. I really don't know what type of plans that you all have, but if you are interested in receiving any books that are age appropriate for your youth at your facility or agency, the licensing unit will be able to get some of that, get some of those books ready and sent to your agency. Just let someone know, and we'll work on that. Okay. I'm through. Does anybody else have anything they need to share? Did I miss anybody?
I just want to say hi to Charlie. He used to be our licensing specialist.
Charlie, you're with Southern Christian Homes. I'm sorry, I think I said Soaring Wings earlier. I do apologize for that. Okay, do we have any new providers on the call, or any change in management, or am I missing anybody? I just want to be respectful. Hello, Mr. Antamore Jackson. I hadn't seen you in a while.
I
All right.
would like to say something if I can, Ebony.
Yes, ma'am.
We do have a new administrator for Compact starting. Actually, he started, he's going to be in office today. The old one, Jay Mooney, is passing the baton. And Dr. Alan Bixler will be our administrator. So we will get you that information, the workflow, I can't even think right now, the model that, whatever, the organizational chart. There you go.
Okay.
We'll get all that updated for you. What's her name? Our lady will be here. Beth Davis will be here the 23rd, I think, in office. So I'll have it for her at that time updated for you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Also, Jasmine Hicks, she will be reaching out to hopefully all of you. As a part of our requirements, we are to gather some contact information for that enterprise licensing system, just to make sure that we have good emails for like your CEOs, administrators, directors, or any leads that you identify at your agency. So Jasmine may be reaching out to all of you all to get that information as it is required for that new system.
And I'm also going to put my email in the chat. So if you already have that information available, you can just send it to me via email. Just also include your facility name in the email.
Good deal. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, I like that.
Ebony?
Yes, ma'am.
Will we have access to that for emails and things?
We can get you access to it.
I was just curious because, you know, emails always change, so it would be more of an updated way to get a hold of somebody than the sheet we got.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So I was just wondering if that was possible.
Yes, ma'am. We can get that for you.
Thank you.
Does anyone have anything else? I'm gonna pick on I see Mr. Is it Anton Jackson from Perimeter? Do y'all have anything? Anybody need any questions answered?
No, not today. I think those books will be really nice because we're gonna be doing trying a book club or a reading club, learning to read club. So that would be really great.
Okay, good deal. So before I leave, I did want to check on the youth at your facilities just to see how they're doing. I know school is about to end, and I know kids in my area kind of get a little bit excited, either because they're going to be missing their friends, or they're excited to see what plans is going to come forth for the summer. So you may have some kids who are up, some may be down. Or how are your youth at your facilities doing, or your agencies?
We have a lot of kids going to several different camps this summer. They're excited about that. Our foster parents, house parents are very excited about that. So we're doing well. We got big plans.
Good, good. All righty. Well, I would take this time to contact for books. You can email me, ebony.russ@dhs.arkansas.gov. If somebody can put that in there for me. I can't multitask. I'm sorry. But yes, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll get with Miss Becky Mitchell. Becky, while we have you here, do you have anything to say?
Oh man, now you're putting me on the spot, Ebony.
I am.
Yeah. No, I really don't have anything else to add, but I do just want to say, like you were talking about the new enterprise system that's being built. I am so excited to get that launched out to you guys. I think that's going to be so helpful for you providers. It's going to be helpful for our licensing specialists. So just, and even for the citizens to access this stuff. So I know it's a few months down the line, but man, I can't wait for it.
Same here, same here. All righty, I will end this on this. I always think of something. So our current system, there's a lot of information that it sometimes doesn't update, or we lose some information specific to certain agencies. So we may be calling you, asking you some very generic or basic questions, and we're just trying to make sure that we have all of our information current and up to date. So again, please don't mind us. We're just trying to make sure everything is the way it should be. Okay, so be careful, everyone. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Please be safe, be responsible, enjoy your weekend. It's going to be great. And then email me or call me if you have any questions. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for the work that you're doing, and goodbye.